How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to yet again another video. As we just got the CPI data this morning and the stock market is not looking so pretty, so let's dive into it, break down the charts, the data, what I'm doing, stocks I'm looking to buy right now. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And now let's dive into it. Oh, by the way, cheers, guys. Got myself a nice Chick-fil-A diet lemonade. Man, their diet lemonades, their regular lemonades are unbelievable. So cheers. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Chick-fil-A sponsor the channel. I'll happily take a Chick-fil-A sponsorship. So check it out, man. Every index except for the Russell is down, and the Russell is not really up much. It's pretty much at break even, up 0.08%, as the S&P 500's down over 0.6%. The Qs are down about 0.75%, and a lot of that red came in the last literally 30 minutes. I mean, look, we've fallen off a cliff over the last 30 minutes, so now we're down on the Qs, the S&P about 0.75%, and the Dow is leading the red today, guys, believe it or not, down almost 1%, as gold's down 3%. Gold's about to test $4,000 an ounce, guys, and silver's down about 1%. So we got the CPI data, which came in at the hottest number it's been at in, I think, 3 years. And initially, the market popped. You guys can see at 8:30 a.m. when we got the data. Then we sold off a little bit into open, followed by another pump at open. And now it's kind of coming to reality, the market. It's about 11 a.m. East Coast time, and we're starting to sell off again at a critical spot. You guys can see on this 30-minute time frame, we put in a lower high on the Qs here. You guys see it if I zoom in especially, which is not ideal in the short term. You guys see the lower high right here, lower high, all these points, right? You're noticing the same thing on SPY. Let's pull it up. We put a lower high in right under that 180 SMA, which we did yesterday as well and on Monday. So we're pretty much following the pattern that we have been seeing, but we didn't take out the lows from yesterday. Yeah, we're making lower highs, but we're not following it with lower lows quite yet. And if we kind of hold, let's say 730 on SPY, which we, rebounded back over yesterday and we closed over it, that would be ideal. And if the Qs hold, let's say, above the lows from yesterday, we hold above 700, that would be ideal for the bulls. So before I ramble too much here, guys, on these charts, let's dive into the actual CPI data. We'll read this article quickly from CNBC, so we can see consumer prices rose 4.2% annually in May, highest in 3 years. So we're seeing inflation really spike up for obvious reasons, right? Obviously, it's due to the conflict in the Middle East. So it came in at 4.2% on the annualized number, and it looks like here 0.5% on the monthly number, and both numbers were in line with the Dow Jones consensus, though the monthly number was 0.1 percentage points below the April reading. Maybe that's why the market popped a little bit earlier in the day. It came in under last month's number, which is good. But still, man, look at this chart. This thing is still going, crazy. Inflation is still running hot compared to where it was over the last couple of years, and clearly we're noticing a breakout in this chart. This shows the U.S. Consumer Price Index from January 2021 up until now, May 2026, and yeah, it was downtrending for quite some time after the big spike we had in 2021, and now it's starting to break back out. Not ideal. All items is at 4.2%, and the less food and energy, the core CPI, is at 2.9%. And speaking of core CPI, that came in at 0.2% for the month and 2.9% from a year ago on the annualized number. And those, I think, came in, the annualized number came in line with the forecast, but the monthly gain was below the 0.3% estimate and less than the 0.4% April increase. So both core and the headline CPI number on a monthly basis went down from last month. That's good. Again, maybe that's the reason why the market is selling, or it popped. Now it's selling off again, but initially it popped. Probably because of that. But overall, the annual number is going up, which is what I mostly pay attention to. And look, if this goes through Labor Day, if the strait is closed through Labor Day, like Trump kind of hinted towards as a possibility, he said that, a week or two ago? CPI is probably going to come in hotter and hotter as the months go on, which is pretty obvious to people that, follow interest rates, the financial markets. I mean, that's where we're headed at this point. And this goes to show the U.S. Consumer Price Index, the monthly change, which clearly is starting to spike again here in 2026 after, a couple of years. We're cooled off. Now we're heating up again as of the last couple of months. And let's see, anything else worth mentioning? It looks like here energy prices ended up surging 3.9% on the month, it looks like here, putting the 12-month increase at 23.5%. Food accelerated just 0.2%, and shelter costs rose 0.3%, half of the gain of April. And shelter, which makes up more than 1/3 of the CPI weighting, rose 3.4% annually. Elsewhere, transportation services fell 0.6%, and we can see similarly services, less energy services, also an indicator of whether higher oil costs were bleeding through, increased 0.3% after rising 0.5% in April, and new vehicle costs dropped 0.3%, and used cars and trucks went up a measly 0.1%. However, airline fares rose 2.7%, a clearer indication of energy pass-through, while motor vehicle insurance declined 1.7%. So, are you guys ready for an expensive summer? If you're, if you're traveling, if you're flying, if you're taking a road trip, I mean, this is where you're gonna really feel the prices of energy, right? And it makes sense. These companies, especially the airlines, they have to charge up on their, on their tickets, on their pricing if they're spending more on oil. It all trickles down to the consumer, and I know we're starting to feel it, right? We're seeing it in the CPI, we're seeing it in everyday life. It's about to get interesting if this lasts through Labor Day, like Trump said, if this conflict continues on through Labor Day. So even though the market is down, we're seeing selling across the board. The VIX is up 8%. Oil's up as well. We're still noticing a lot of stocks moving, even though the market's down. Stocks like Robinhood. Did you guys see Robinhood earlier today? We hit 90, I think $2 a share, 91, 92. Now we're down to 88, but we're still up over 5% on the day. So I'm loving the way Robinhood shaping up. You guys know I've been buying Robinhood. I'm long. And at this point, man, this is a clean cut cup and handle. This looks like it's about to play out, and Robinhood is about to go ballistic. And can you imagine when crypto actually turns around? I mean, Robinhood stock looks like it's breaking out into the 90s now, with crypto being very bearish, right? We're in an all-time bear market right now when it comes to Bitcoin crypto. Could you imagine when we actually see sentiment turn more positive when it comes to crypto, Bitcoin? Robinhood's going to go even crazier, guys. So I like the way it's shaping up here without Bitcoin and crypto doing well. Can you only imagine what's going to happen when Bitcoin and crypto start doing well again? Not if it's a when, in my opinion. Let's see what other stocks are looking good today. We have stocks like CrowdStrike, which I'm really interested in, guys, for a trade. CrowdStrike is now kind of consolidating above the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart after posting pretty good numbers, but the stock was priced to perfection. Now it's cooled off from 810 to 650. We're down about 20%, pretty much right in a bear market, and it looks like we finally shook out some weak hands. We're now trading right at the 180 SMA, holding an uptrend. I like CrowdStrike here, technically speaking, for a trade. Fundamentals are obviously strong as well. And Sweetgreen, did you guys see, what's it called? That guy, Chris Camillo, Dumb Money. Do you guys watch their channel? I do here and there. They actually called out Sweetgreen about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, whenever that was. The stock went nuts after that. They released this, what's it called? A snack wrap, or not a snack wrap, geez, guys. My mind's on McDonald's. Why am I thinking about McDonald's? I barely ever go there, but they released a chicken Caesar wrap, that's what it was, and the stock went nuts. Then it sold off a good chunk, a lot of profit taking. And since then, we've put in a higher low. Now we're actually bouncing back up here, up over 10% on the day. So Sweetgreen looks like it shook out the weak hands. Now it's continuing to break out. So I'm curious to see how that plays out moving forward here, guys. So Robinhood, Sweetgreen, CrowdStrike, I'm watching those very closely. Coherent as well, which we talked about in my video yesterday. Coherent saw a nice $100 drop per share, which at this point is casual. It's a regular move for Coherent, right? It went from 467 down to about 335, so more than $100 a share. 25 to 30% drop, and now it looks like we're finding our footing, consolidating, and I'm waiting to see if this could break back through on this 4-hour chart. Look, I've seen it happen before. I think it's going to happen again. I think Coherent could make its way back towards 400. Dare I say even higher. Let's see what else is doing well today, guys. Nvidia selling off, Micron selling off, so we'll talk more about those maybe in another video. Lam Research was looking pretty good earlier this morning. We touched 345 again. Now it's right back down to 328, but I'm still holding. Same with Micron, guys. This thing got to about 960 earlier. Now it's down to 915. I'm still holding. And of course, the big dog, I'm still holding Nvidia, guys, which I added more. I believe that was yesterday. Yeah, was that yesterday? I bought more at 203 or 202.80, kind of right where we are now. I bought more Nvidia, or was it 203.80? Either way, pretty much where we are now. I bought more Nvidia, and I'm holding on tight. What do you guys think? Crazy day so far. We got the CPI data. Not bad, actually. I mean, it's the highest in 3 years, but the monthly numbers were not too bad. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you're doing. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, my private Discord. All that's linked down below on Patreon, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.